St. Lucia is moving expeditiously to make the Caribbean Court of Justice its final court of appeal, given no objections from Britain on the island's desire to move away from the London-based Privy Council.
We wish to emphasize that a referendum is not required to complete the accession process once agreement is reached with the United Kingdom. In the next few weeks, the draft legislation to amend St. Lucia's constitution to provide for appeals to the CCJ will be circulated for public comment.
A media launch was hosted on Thursday at the Government Information Services, where the public was briefed by the Ccj Accession Committee. Attorney General Leslie Mondesi spoke to the constitutional amendments needed for the island to make the move away from the Privy Council.
Please permit me to address concerns as to whether there will be political interference with the court. An examination of the treaty establishing the CCJ will show that the heads of government have no say in the appointment of any judges to the court, except for the president of the court. All other appointments are made by an independent regional judicial and legal services commission. As provided in the treaty, this commission has a rotating membership with no one government having any control as to its composition. In terms of the financing of the court's operations, the CCJ is funded by a unique mechanism, a trust fund into which nearly all Caribbean governments, including St. Lucia, have contributed. This fund avoids the possibility, however remote, of governments exerting indirect pressure on the court.
Mondesi describes St. Lucia's accession to the CCJ as the most important change to the Constitution since independence in 1979. The first step was taken with the appointment of the Ccj Accession Committee, chaired by Sir Dennis Byron, the former Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court and former President of the CCJ.
In my opinion, there is no one more qualified to champion the process of St. Lucia's accession to the CCJ's appellate jurisdiction. Thank you, Sir Dennis. The committee's mandate is twofold. The first is to guide the accession process by, among other things, advising on the draft legislation, ensuring that timelines are met, and providing regular progress reports to the government.
The second jurisdiction the court exercises is serving as a final court of appeal to replace the Privy Council as the court of last resort in civil and criminal matters, which is our function here today. When St. Lucia adopts this jurisdiction as its final court of appeal, it will join Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and Guyana as the fifth Caribbean nation to do so.
CCJ Accession Committee Chair Sir Dennis Byron responded to questions surrounding the pace of justice as the islands looks to move away from the Privy Council.
I dare say that I would not be exaggeration if I expressed confidence that having the Caribbean Court as a final appellate court will assist in improving the quality of justice delivery.
The committee over the next couple of months is set to meet with a number of groups in civil society as part of a public awareness campaign to inform and educate the public on the accession process and the role of the CCJ. In 2013, the OECS Court of Appeal ruled that the government of St. Lucia does not require a referendum to join the Caribbean Court of Justice. The court has sided with the government's assertion an error in the Constitution prevented the abolishment of the Privy Council through referenda. The decision was a simple guide in the process in a bid by St. Lucia to replace the London-based Privy Council with the CCJ as the final appellate court. Joachim Duplessis, HTS News Force.